Hello, this is a video on how to make a blocked out Illustrator portrait using Procreate, and I will walk you through it. So first you need to take a photo. Make your face at least half of the picture because most of this will be face, the background will be a solid color. And then import that photo into your photo editor and edit it to desaturate the color, make it black and white, and boost the contrast. I used desaturate and then I used the vivid setting on the iPad iPhoto editor. Whatever works, just make it vivid so you have distinct lights and darks because those are the colors you'll be pulling from. Once you finish that, you'll export it and then import it into Procreate. Once you have it in Procreate, you'll use the color select square that's in between the brush size and the brush opacity to choose the color in your face. So now we're talking about tones more than color, so value. And then I used a brush that's very smooth, and then I turn the stabilization up on that brush so it makes a nice smooth line. The studio pen works well, mono line works well. And then you'll outline your face. Don't worry about other parts. Everything you do for this project will be done in a separate layer. So outline the face, fill it in by dragging the value over, and then you'll create another layer. I use the eraser to refine the bottom there. I hid that layer, I add another layer, and now I am going to work on another part. So now I will choose a value from my neck. And the neck area, it's okay if it overlaps the face, as you see, because you will reorder the layers. So actually, it's good for parts to overlap other parts. Hide that neck part, grab another value, this time the hair, and then outline the hair. You may have to adjust your brush size every so often, depending on what you're doing. So outline the hair. I noticed later in the video, you'll see I realize I missed part of the hair. And so I add that in later. So it's okay. It's not an exact science. What you want are nice smooth edges and clean shapes. Hide the hair, make a new layer, and now we're working on the eye. So with the eye, there are a couple of options. So I started by pulling the value from under the eye, and you don't need to outline every edge of the eye. In fact, it might look a little strange if you do. And don't worry so much about things that overlap it like the glasses, because those glasses will be on their own separate layer. So now I'm going to pull the value from the pupil. Make sure you outline what's there. So you see that part of the circle of the pupil is cut off. So you will make sure that the line that represents the top of the eye is overlapping that circle, and you'll see that that happens. And then I did a darker area for the eyelashes. You could draw the eyelashes in if that works for you. And then I put layer 5 over layer 6 so that the whole pupil isn't round. And then layer 7 over on top of that, and hide all of those. And then I put the highlight in the eye, which will almost be white. The highlights are important though, because it makes the eyes look nice and vibrant. And then the lighter part of the eye is important to have, or else your eyes won't have any background to them, but it's not going to be white. So you pull the value from that, and the eyes will look really weird and scary for a while, but we will be pulling them all together. So another thing that you can do with eyes, and I did that in this video, is you can duplicate them, because when you duplicate them, especially if they're looking in the same direction, then you don't have to draw them twice. They look, if you're satisfied with one, they look good. If you want to do that, you can. If not, you are welcome to also draw them twice. So I flatten the layers of the eye together, I duplicate that eye, and then you'll see I pull it over to the other eye, and it's a little big, so I resized it. I think I flip it at one point. It looks really super scary. You'll see. And then it's okay that it overlaps the glasses, again, because the glasses will be added separately. Yeah, that's it flipped. Whoa, no. So we'll flip it back and then place it. And I used the freeform tool. You can use the warp tool just to make it all fit within its the boundaries of the eye. It needs some eyelashes. I believe I then pull that value and add those eyelashes because I don't want to make them black. And you'll see later when we add the glasses, it really all sort of comes together. So there are the eyes. I was missing the corner of it because it's the edge of the photo, so I just extended those two areas. So you're watching this kind of happen in real time. All right, so now, just filling that in. So the eyes don't look always so great when they're on top of the photo itself, so don't worry if you feel like it looks strange. Now, with the nose, you do not have to do a whole lot with a nose, just some slight outlines so that you know that there's a nose there. The color that I chose and the value that I chose is very similar to the value on the right side, and that's it. You don't have to draw big nostrils, anything like that. And same thing with the lips. So I'm going to pull the value off the lips, and I'm going to stick to the shape that's there. Kind of forget what you know about lips and in your imagination, and only pull what's there. So that top one is, just a real thin shape. And I play around a little bit with the edges of the lips here because I was trying to determine whether I wanted the edges, and I needed them on the left side. On the right side, it was a little trickier, and I thought I can always go back later and fill in parts of it if I need to. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time fussing with it. I used the warp tool just to kind of fill it in. You'll see at the very end in the final product, it's not really necessary to worry about it too much. So I have the eyes, the nose, and the mouth complete. I am now pulling the color or the value for the glasses. I had to change the size of my brush, and I decided to keep them pretty solid white, but there are some variations with light in them that would be really nice to add. So something to think about. And if you decide to do that, you just need to think about shapes, and rather than blending, because there's really not any blending in this. So just thinking about shapes and how you can represent different tones with shape or line. We are working with line here too. And then glasses were pretty simple. I just, worked to get the shape right. I'm hiding all the layers now. And then I need to do my eyebrows. So again, these are shapes. Don't worry if they are overlapping something that's already there, because you are going to change the order of these layers. It's just important to have smooth lines and smooth edges. And now I'm turning all the layers back on so I could get a look at what I did. You see the neck is on top of the face, so I will need to drag layer 3 under layer 2. Or layer 2 on top of layer 3 to place the neck behind. Now, one thing I did notice about my face in this is that it's very light compared to my glasses. So I actually did something that I hadn't done before in any of the other portraits that I did. I chose a color, And I kind of did this by accident because I was playing with the value and I filled it with this lavender, light lavender color, and actually I liked it. So if you want to go with a little color in this, absolutely try it. Try different ones, it can't hurt. And then I needed to add my, I was adjusting the hair here. And then I still need to add the shirt and the background. So that will be the next step. In order to see the shirt, I have to turn back on the photo. And I need to put it behind everything. So that's what you see me doing there. This is my background color first, and then I realized I needed my shirt. I chose a bright, vibrant color. I would love if you would do that. There's some other things you could do. You could do a gradient. I don't show that in this video, but if that's something you know how to do, that could look really great too. You could put some shapes behind you or designs. And here I am flattening everything together so that it all works well together. And then I believe I realized I needed to unflatten because I did not do the shirt yet. So that's showing you what it's like before and after. It's a real simple interpretation of a face. And like I said, this whole video is in real time, so we still have a few more minutes. Feel free to pause at any point. And then I saw that I had some hair also on my shoulder to add. So here's the shirt, just outlining the edge of it in white. It's okay if you draw on top of your other image because you'll change the order, but here it is. I did unflatten my layers, which you do by triple tapping. It'll undo, 3-finger tap, and then here's the rest of the hair. Just to complete that. It was longer than I thought. And as you can see, I'm not sticking exactly to the shape that's there. It's okay as long as you get it so it looks, like it belongs there. And then I turned back on the background layer. All the other layers are on. And then when I move my layers palette, you'll be able to see how it turned out. So there's a little pink peeking out on the edge of my face, and I left that there. I think that adds some more graphic quality, and I'm exporting it as a JPEG. And that is it. You could decide to change the zoom on it and do whatever creative thing you'd like.